Good morning, everybody. Today is Rosh Chodesh Cheshvan. First of all, on Rosh Chodesh Cheshvan, we know that the Beis HaMikdash will actually be built, the third Beis HaMikdash, in this month. Bnei Yisachar brings it down, the Rebbe brings it down. So we are looking forward to this new festival. I've heard, I'm not sure if it's accurate, that this month basically doesn't have any festival. Tishrei has all its Yom Tovim, Chanukah, everything has its thing. Because this month Hashem is waiting to bring Mashiach in this month. Please God, we will see that now. For today's Tanya, the Alter Rebbe says something really, really interesting, which is that it's kind of continuing on the theme of yesterday. And yesterday we were speaking about how different parts of the world have different, if you want to call it, ministering angels. So a really good way of imagining how basically energy functions, because all of matter comes from energy, is imagine a funnel. So at the very top, there's a massive, like almost infinite amount, and then that gets funneled down, and at the very bottom, what happens is there is these supernal angels, and they kind of run these various different countries. Now, the Jewish people, it says, Ein Mazel Yisrael. There's no mazel, there's no luck. That's why the Jews are not allowed to go into stargazing or astrology, things like that, because whatever mechanisms there are that govern other nations, and we see that other nations have their time in the sun, right? The English Empire was the empire that the sun never set until it did, and then it never rose again. And that's really the way the nations of the world function. Whether it was Egypt, whether it was Rome, they had their time in the sun, and then the sun set on them, and it's over. But the Jewish people are more compared to the moon. It's like a heartbeat. It's getting big and small all the time. This is because our energy is directly from God Himself, which is why it's actually very critical. It speaks about the land of Israel, which gets directly from Hashem Himself. It says, Eini Hashem Elokecha ba mereishis hashana ad acharis hashana. The eyes of the God, your Lord, are upon it from the beginning of the year to the end. In other words, it doesn't get from a supernal angel. It gets straight from the source itself. And as such, the Jewish people are very, very, very important for the entire world. In fact, we don't begin to understand the responsibility and the opportunity that we have. I mean, if I went and told you, just simple example is, imagine you had a CEO of a company and he tells his son, listen, from now on you can run the company. So now this company has 1,000 employees. So the fate of 1,000 people depend on this one person who may actually not realize the enormous opportunity and responsibility that they have. And so we have to realize, as Jewish people, our inner world affects the outer world. I mean, that's with everybody, but even more so with us. So let's take responsibility. Let's understand that the CEO, God Himself, has given us, it says, Olam Nasum B'Libim, the world was given to people's hearts. The whole universe, like DNA, every cell contains the whole body. So the whole universe is within you. Just for example, your hair is like the forest, everything, your heart is like Jerusalem, everything has a corresponding part to the universe. And so here we are, and the world depends on how much we shed light, we add in light, and live in the light. So good light.